In every family, there are voices that lead, hands that heal, hearts that comfort, and shoulders that carry. Meet Karani. He doesn't command the room. He doesn't need to. He is not the kind of man who shouts his love from rooftops. He doesn't chase the spotlight or demand recognition. His love is not loud, but it is mighty. It is enduring. It is faithful. And it shows up every single day. If you truly want to know who Karani is, look at a photo of his son Isaac, smiling wide, fists clenched in joy, lifted high above a crowd on the shoulders of his father. That image tells a story words struggle to capture. Because that is who Alan is. The man who lifts his son, not just to see the world, but to believe he belongs in it. When most people become parents, they imagine the basics: first steps, first words, school plays, scraped knees, birthday parties. For Alan and Melissa Karani, that dream was challenged early on. Isaac was born with Wolff-Hirschhorn syndrome and later diagnosed with craniosynosis, a rare condition that causes a baby's skull to fuse prematurely, potentially affecting brain development, physical appearance, and quality of life. It is a diagnosis no parent is ever prepared to hear. It stirs fears, questions, and helplessness. But while the world shifted in an instant, Alan did not waver. While some may have fallen apart, Alan chose to lean in. No one teaches a father how to navigate medical complexities, surgical risks, or the emotional toll of watching your child in pain. There is no manual. But Alan didn't wait for one. He learned. He listened. He became what Isaac needed. Not with drama. Not with self-pity. But with fierce, quiet courage. He was the one behind every hospital door. The one who stayed awake at 3 a.m. just to hear the sound of Isaac's breathing. The one who sat in silence next to his wife when there were no words to offer comfort, just presence. In those early days, when the Kearney family was still finding its footing in a new and unexpected reality, Alan became their compass. A child like Isaac doesn't just need love, he needs someone who is unbreakable. He needs strength wrapped in gentleness. He needs a protector, a believer, a guardian of joy. That is who Alan became. It's easy to overlook the emotional labor carried by fathers like him. It doesn't often show up in photographs. It doesn't go viral. It doesn't get paraded around in public. But it is there, in every quiet act. In the way Alan lifts Isaac onto his shoulders so he can see above the crowd. In how he prepares silently for doctor appointments and therapy sessions. In how he steps back when the spotlight is on Isaac and Melissa, but never lets go of the light behind them. There is a sacred strength in being the one who carries, literally and emotionally. Alan carries Isaac. Alan carries the questions no child should have to ask. Alan carries the sleepless nights, the hopes for the future, the invisible burdens. And yet, he does it with peace. He never complains. He never seeks sympathy. He simply chooses love over everything, again and again. There's a difference between being there and being present. Alan is never just there, he is fully, deeply present. He's there when Isaac's smile lights up a room. He's there when Isaac struggles with his condition. He's there when the days are hard and long and unpredictable. Alan's gift is not just in his physical strength, but in the emotional constancy he brings. No matter what's happening around him, he is the steady hand on the ship's wheel. The calming force in the middle of the storm. He does not lead with noise. He leads with trust. His family knows, without a doubt, that if Alan is with them, they are safe. That kind of presence is rare. And it is precious. The photograph of Isaac on Alan's shoulders is more than just a sweet moment. It is symbolic. Isaac, diagnosed with a rare cranial condition, has had to fight to be seen, to be understood, to live joyfully in a world that doesn't always understand differences. But when Alan lifts Isaac, something remarkable happens. He is not just helping him see. He is helping the world see Isaac. He lifts him physically, but also lifts his spirit, his confidence, and his rightful place in the world. That image is not just a dad giving his child a better view, it's a father saying to his son, "You deserve to be up here. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to rise." And that, perhaps, is the greatest kind of fatherhood, one that tells a child not just who they are, but what they can be. Chapter 5. The Man Behind the Miracle. So much of Isaac's beautiful, inspiring journey is rightly centered around his strength, his resilience, his joy. And Melissa, a pillar of wisdom and grace, shines brightly alongside him. But behind the scenes, there is Alan. The man who rises early, works hard, and never stops showing up. The man who bears the weight of responsibility and love with a humble heart. The man who speaks most loudly in silence, through actions that need no fanfare. Alan is not just the dad. He is the foundation. He is the invisible scaffolding holding up the architecture of love in his family. And that kind of man deserves to be celebrated not just in moments of triumph, but in the everyday miracles of faithfulness. What will Isaac remember as he grows? He will remember laughter. And Liverpool matches. And hospital visits that turned into adventures. But most of all, he will remember a man who was always there. A father who stood behind him, beside him, and beneath him literally and figuratively. He will remember that when life got heavy, his dad never let him fall. And one day, Isaac will understand the full weight of what it meant to be carried. Not just on shoulders, but through life. That understanding will shape the man Isaac becomes. And one day, if he becomes a father himself, it will shape how he loves, how he lifts, how he leads. Because Alan's legacy is not just about what he did, but who he was, and how he made others feel. Alan Karani is not just Isaac's father. He is a symbol of the kind of fatherhood the world needs more of: quiet, dependable, courageous, and rooted in sacrificial love. His strength is not the kind you hear about in movies. It's the kind that builds families, holds hearts together, and makes boys like Isaac believe in themselves. So today, and every day, we honor the man whose shoulders bear more than most of us will ever know. Alan Kearney, you are the quiet anchor of your family. The silent hero. The unwavering hand behind a beautiful, brave little boy. And in this world full of noise, your kind of love, the kind that lifts, carries, and never lets go, is what makes everything possible. Thank you for carrying Isaac.